So let's back up a couple years because it has been a couple years. I started my Hermes, let's call it a journey, but I don't really know if it's a journey. I'm not in a position to be buying other random things that I can't afford just to be offered a handbag. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are talking all about my 2024 luxury wish list. We're talking all about the Row, Khaite, Hermes, Gucci, Celine. So if you want to see that, then just keep on watching. By the way, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Raisa. I primarily talk about personal finances and sometimes I talk about luxury goods. So if you want to see more of that, then make sure you're subscribed down below. I am so excited to make this video. I don't know why, but for some reason, there is just so much in this wish list and I want everything, but I know that I can't get everything. But at least a wish list allows me to narrow down on the things that I really want. And it'll be really interesting to see at the middle of the year and also at the end of the year to see what I've picked up and what I've removed from this wish list. So let's get started. I'm gonna group these by brands because there are quite a few brands that I want to talk about. I'm going to leave Hermes last and talk about my Hermes journey and talk to you guys about the things that I want from the brand. Okay, we're starting off really strong with the Row. If you didn't know, the Row has been around since 2006 and they primarily focus on really elevated basics. The price points are quite high for ready to wear, as well as handbags and shoes, but I would say their ready to wear is like exceptionally higher price point than other brands out there. So I don't know if their ready to wear is within my budget, but I feel like shoes and handbags would be more worth it, or to me there is more value to them just because they're pieces that I could use every single day. So I have been eyeing quite a few things from the Row, and the first one might not surprise you because it's something that has been talked about on social media, especially on TikTok over the recent months, and it's kind of just escalated my want for this specific handbag. And it is the Row Margaux. The Margaux is their classic handbag that they continue to bring out every single season. It's a top handle bag that comes in many different sizes. So you've got the 7.5, which is the smallest, the 10, they recently came out with the 12, and then the 15 and the 17. I went to Holt Renfrew and tried on the 12 recently, and I actually quite like the 12. The only thing with the 12 is that it might not fit your laptop. So the numbers on the Margaux correspond to the base. So that is the width of your bag. So if you have a 13-inch or 16-inch laptop, it might not fit it if you go for the 12, but I think it's just a better proportion in my mind. I don't know. I think I need to try on the 15 and the 12 just to compare. But I ideally want this in a pebbled black leather. I think pebbled black leather is going to be your most durable Margaux, and this is something that I intend to keep in my collection forever. And I know that the smoother leathers will eventually scratch, and not that that's not a nice look, I just personally don't love to see scratches on my handbags. I have a Celine handbag that has smooth leather and I baby it because I don't want any scratches on it, and I just don't want the Margaux to be a handbag that I baby or a handbag that I don't use because of the leather that it's in. So that is kind of my reasoning for wanting the pebbled leather, and of course black because black will go with everything. Although I am open to a darker brown or the deep burgundy that is really popular right now. But the Margaux actually has been sold out across all retailers and the Row's website. So I'm kind of glad that it's sold out because I have a couple more months to think about which size I want. I'm just deciding between the 15 or the 12. I would not get both because this handbag is very expensive. I think it's over $5,000. So it's around 5,000 to 6,000 Canadian dollars. And that's the reason why I want to get the most practical handbag that can withstand wear and tear and also be a very functional handbag for me. So the Margaux is high on my wish list. It's even in my 2024 mood board. So it's definitely something that I really want to get this year, and we'll see which one I end up with. The next handbag again is from the Row, and this one recently came into the wish list. It is their 90s handbag. When I originally saw this, I didn't want this handbag, and it's because it was so small and I was like, that's not practical. It just like, it didn't do anything for me initially, and then I saw more reviews about it. I saw more people talking about it, styling it and wearing it, and I thought to myself that this was a really great handbag that you can just pick up and go. It fits all of your essentials and nothing more, but sometimes you just need your essentials and you don't need a really big handbag. And I just think it's such a chic design, and it's very simple, it's very understated, and I don't have a bag like this in my collection right now. So I'm considering this handbag. I don't want it as much as I want the Margaux. So the 90s is kind of just in consideration, and we'll see if I end up getting this year. The last handbag from the Row I want to talk about is the Slouchy Banana Bag. If you've been following along on this channel, you would know that this was on my wish list last year, and I'm gonna bring it back this year again. However, I don't want it as much as I did before. And the reason why is I actually tried this handbag on when I was in Montreal and I was at the Essence store. And it's a really, really nice handbag. It's very practical. It's a crossbody croissant type of handbag that is very popular right now. I know La Mer has a really similar one. The reason why I'm not as into this handbag is because I have something similar to it. I've got my Loewe puzzle bag in black with silver hardware, which this banana bag is also black with silver hardware. And to me, it'll just do the same thing as the Loewe one. And I love my Loewe. I think my puzzle bag is my favorite handbag in my collection ever since I purchased it. So I just don't want to duplicate it. And if I can only get one handbag, I think the Row Margaux would be my #1 handbag for this year. It's kind of the reason why I'm pushing back the banana bag lower on the wish list, but it's still there. Okay, that is it for the Row. I love this brand so much. I don't have anything from this brand, but I feel like the essence of the brand really speaks to me. It's very cool and understated and chic. And this year, I just want to buy things that I know that I'll continue to wear and will seamlessly add to my closet that is existing already. I don't want to buy things that are too trendy. So that's the reason why I love the Row. And I really want something from them this year. So stay tuned on what that handbag will be. Speaking of chic brands that I am drawn to, the other brand that I have been obsessing over, but I don't have anything from them yet, is Khaite. So the Khaite brand started in 2016, and they have just risen to mainstream popularity so quickly. They have a lot of really cool pieces and like statement pieces. I know right now their Benny belt is really popular. There was a cardigan that went viral, and I think that was kind of like the catalyst that propelled them to mainstream popularity. It reminds me of the Row, it reminds me of Totem, and those three brands I would say are my top 3 brands at the moment. So for Khaite, I do have a boot that I have been eyeing, and it is called the Marfa boot. This boot came into the wish list fairly recently, so I'm still trying to do more research and trying to figure out if this is actually something that I want. I'd rather do more research rather than do an impulse purchase, because these boots are quite expensive. I think they're over $1,600, and you don't just buy a boot that's $1,600. You still have to think about that. I love the design of this boot. It's got a square toe, and it's also got a small heel, which will make them really comfortable, and it just seems like the boot that I have been looking for. If I end up getting them, I know that I will live in them in the fall and winter season. While we're on the topic of shoes, the next thing on my wish list is a pair of Kitten heels. I feel like Kitten heels are having a moment right now, and I've tried on quite a few pairs of Kitten heels, and this one might actually surprise you guys, but the one that has been living rent-free in my head are the Gucci Demi Slingbacks. They are a mesh with crystals all over them, and I am obsessed. I feel like I can really use these for so many different occasions, whether it's weddings or just like nights out. It's a smaller heel, so it'll definitely be more comfortable. And I don't know, I'm just obsessed with these. I think that they're so cool, they're so chic. I also put this on my 2024 mood board, and I really want them. Again, they are very pricey, and I don't really have anything to wear them to at this time, so I'm kind of putting them in the bottom of my wish list. But I know that if there is an event that comes up, it's something that I'm going to consider getting. I really try not to buy things for occasion wear, because it seems like you're just buying that for that specific occasion. But I actually think that like as the years go on, and if I really take care of these, I know that I can get a lot of wear out of them, and I love them so much. They're a classic slingback pump from Gucci. The next thing on the wish list is a new card holder. I'm kind of cheating because I actually ended up ordering this already. It just hasn't arrived yet, but I ended up selling my Chanel card holder. I'm using the funds from that sale to pay for this one, so I ended up getting the Celine Triomphe card holder, and I'm so excited to get this. I can't wait to do an unboxing for you guys. I've been really eyeing this design. I really like the canvas and the hardware on it as well. It's got the gold hardware. It's just so beautiful. It's very practical. It's got a back pocket that you can put cards in, as well as on the inside there's a couple slots in there as well. I just feel like I'm a little bit over the typical card holder. I've had that card holder for many years, and I just want something that is just something different. I really wanted to pick up something from the Triomphe collection from Celine, so I'm really excited to get this in the mail, and I will do an unboxing for you guys once I receive it. I wanted to touch on fine jewelry for a minute here, because I know in the previous luxury wish lists that I've created, I did have fine jewelry as something that I want to invest in. That is still true. I am moving into my fine jewelry era and just picking up pieces slowly but surely. Fine jewelry is very, very expensive, so I'm kind of just taking my time to make sure that these are pieces that I actually want to keep forever. Right now, I'm actually looking into Van Cleef and Arpels. I've been drawn to their vintage Alhambra collection, and I think the reason why is my mom and I were chatting about this, and she mentioned to me that she wanted a Van Cleef and Arpels vintage Alhambra in the mother of pearl. And I actually want to gift that to her for her 60th birthday this year. And as I was doing more research about that, I ended up really wanting one for myself as well. I'm just not sure what stone I want it in. I don't know if I want to get the same one as her, so the mother of pearl, or if I want to get the onyx, which I heard is going to be more durable, or the malachite. I do really like the green of the malachite as well. So I'm definitely doing more research on this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get one, but it's something that I have been eyeing as well. And finally, we get to my Hermes wish list and my Hermes journey. So let's back up a couple years, because it has been a couple years. I started my Hermes, let's call it a journey, but I don't really know if it's a journey. But my Hermes journey started in 2020 when I finalized my wish list in my mind that I wanted a Hermes Kelly in black with gold hardware, size 28. I also really want it in Retorn as opposed to Cellier, and I've just had that in my head as like, that is the handbag. But I know that Hermes handbags, you can't just walk in and ask for one. So I started my journey in 2020, and I opened up a wish list with them. So when I opened up that wish list in my local Hermes boutique here in Vancouver, I also purchased a small wallet, which is nothing. I wasn't expecting anything because I didn't really have a big spend there, and I know that all over the internet they tell you that it's 1-to-1, which means you have to spend at least like $10,000 or $12,000 or however much that handbag is to be able to be offered one. So I'm nowhere near that, and I'm definitely not in a position right now to just spend a bunch of money so I can be offered a handbag. And I also just don't love their system, but you kind of have to play the game. And I'm kind of just waiting now. Like, I'm just playing the waiting game. I'm buying things. If I like them, I will buy them, but it's not like I'm going out of my way to buy things that I don't like just to be offered a handbag. So that's kind of my approach. But in terms of my wish list, I've got the Kelly 28 noted down. My essay knows that that's what I want, and I'm just waiting for a phone call if and when it comes. And I also added another bag on that wish list, which is a Picotin 18 in black with gold hardware as well. And again, I'm not buying things to be offered these handbags. If I get a call, I get a call. And if I don't get a call, then that's fine, because I'm not in a position to be buying other random things that I can't afford just to be offered a handbag. And these handbags are insanely priced as well. I know that in the resale market, they're even more expensive, but the Kelly I think is like $12,000 Canadian, and the Picotin is like over $3,000 Canadian, which is a friendlier price point, but still very expensive. So that's kind of what's happening with Hermes. It's been a long 3 years, but if you just don't have expectations, you're less disappointed. That is it. We've come to the end of my luxury wish list. Let me know if you guys have any of these pieces in your wardrobe, or if you're eyeing them. I would love to know your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really supports the channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.